Ask me about Magic the Gathering.
Welcome to another video. Today we are back playing the Attribute 4 Festival, the old Avatar Festival, and I'm testing out Mermail Atlanteans. It's my old favorite deck, what can I say? We are playing the Disgusting Maxi, and I'm sorry to my opponent, who is playing Avernus Elves. Very fun little Earth package that synergizes with a lot of other decks, and opponent is actually playing the Vera. Actually, my understanding was that Vera is not a card that people play in this deck, so very cool to see it. It has a fun effect where if you get 5 Earth monsters on the field, it has a negate, which, yeah, once per turn when a monster activates, if you have 5 or more Earth monsters, you can negate and destroy. Is it really that easy to do that? I mean, my opponent didn't do it, so they got no negates right now. It also has a quick effect to summon an Earth monster from your graveyard, any Earth monster, so, I mean, it's a neat card, but I think Mermail's got the upper hand here. I'm playing Synchro Overtake. Opponent going to summon an Earth. I don't think that's going to matter. The Earth they're summoning is going to reduce the attack of all of our monsters, but that's not going to matter. So Synchro Overtake, excellent card. If you're playing Mermails, play this at 3. Reveal a card in your extra deck that's a Synchro monster that has a monster in its requirements, and then you get to add that monster to your hand. And the only downside is it locks you into Synchros, but you know, we aren't going to be doing anything other than Synchro Summoning. Let's Deep Sea Diva. Get the Neptibus. Neptibus send Dragoons. Add a Prince to hand. You'll see why in a minute. Dragoons. Gonna search for Megalo. Megalo. Gonna activate. Discard 2 monsters. We discarded the Dragoons and a Heavy Infantry to summon itself. And that's gonna trigger. Trigger both. Pop a card on the field. Search for a Sea Serpent. Let's get popping this Burn itself. It doesn't have any protection, so it just gets popped. Sorry, opponent. Search for the Moulin Glacier. We keep track of the count of waters in our graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Keep track. We're going to tribute the Prince in order to get the Heavy back to the field. Neat little combo if you happen to have a Yamato Orochi in hand. Get back the Heavy so you can normal summon the Orochi. And that's going to let you synchro into a Baron or Supreme Sovereign. And because of Yamato's effect, we synchro summon this Swords of Supreme Sovereign. He gets piercing battle damage, so he does piercing damage now. That gives us 5 water monsters in graveyard exactly. We summon that Moulin Glacier, make our opponent discard their last card. And we're just going to dismantle. Opponent had the Prankatops. We are going to synchro 10. And hey, you're thinking, hold on a second, didn't you just use your Moulin Glacier? Didn't you just lose your battle phase? Well, if you read carefully, it says you lose, if this leaves the field, you lose the battle phase of your next turn. So not this turn, the next turn. And there's not going to be a next turn. Let's activate Call by the Grave, banish a card from the graveyard, and we're doing that just to trigger our Che-Ying. We got 2 level 10s. Alright, we'll banish, banish, pop with Baron, and go to battle. And this is easy lethal. Attack with a Baron. Attack with Megalo, and Megalo has 2 attacks because we tributed the Prince, and that is GG. Got him. Alright, let's go on to the next game. If you like Mermail Atlanteans, check out my deck list at the end of the video. I'll go through card by card, and if you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'll have lots more quality content in the future, like this. Look at this. Normal summon, Heavy, normal summon Yamato, make a Baron. It's that easy. This hand is a bit bricky though. We don't have really good follow-up plays. We kind of have to hope that Ash Blossom and Baron can save us. Opponent activating Painful Decision. Alright, Ash Blossom negate. This is Sue Ships. And opponent has Call by. Alright, Baron, negate the Call by. We do not want our opponent getting Sue Ships. Painful Decision searches for the Prime Sue Ship, and opponent has a Droplet. Opponent's hand was stacked. Call by and Droplet and the search for the Sue Ship. Let's see if our opponent, the last 2 cards, can get him lethal combo, because if you watch my channel, I've got another video where I played Sue Ships, and Sue Ships make rank 4 Utopia, but hold on a second, we're in the Attribute 4 Festival, they can't make Utopia. What am I saying? Opponent summoning Shatana, summoning a Gunk and Sue Ship Shari, revealing, or placing on the top of the deck is Sue Ship Shari Red. We're gonna let them draw that Sue Ship to hand, so we know they have a Shari Red in hand. Baron is popped thanks to us summoning him in attack mode. Yeah, you never know if attack or defense. You can never be sure. Alright, let's get drawn. And we draw a Abyss Shark. Now, we could summon Megalo here, attack, but I think that's a losing battle because this Shipyard is going to let our opponent special summon a Gunkan from the extra deck when we pop their monster here. So we don't want that, and we give up our Abyss Shark, which if we summon a water monster, you know, special summons an Xyz for free. So I'm just going to take a gamble, hope our opponent can't get lethal damage. Take no action. Sometimes the best move is to do nothing. Opponent summoning Suships from hand. This looks rough, but I'm not going to give up. Sure, we're going to let him draw a card and search for a Suship Speller Trap. That's our daily special. Opponent hitting us, but it's not lethal. We are not dead. That means we're not giving up. Let's go. Draw heavy infantry. That's going to let us pop a card on the field. Opponent revealing 3 Gunkan Sharis. We're just going to let him add 1 to hand. Abyss Megalo. Discard that Lapis Dragon. Discard the heavy. Pop the field spell. We don't want to pop these because they're just going to resummon another monster. Get rid of that field spell. Summon the Abyss Shark. Search for Crystal Shark. Crystal Shark. Going to reduce the attack of our Abyss Shark. Summon itself. Let us make an Xyz. Nash Knight. Nash Knight going to steal. And we have an option here. We could leave the Nash Knight on field, steal again on our opponent's turn after popping the Sharu, but I'm going to get greedy. This is the mistake. You always don't get too greedy. We're going to make the CXC Nash Knight, and this is going to let us rank up into the C101 Silent Honor Arc. Lets us steal an opponent's monster that's in attack mode that was special summoned, and now we can hit our opponent. Opponent has nothing. We know they have Suships in hand, but they got nothing on field. We have no interaction. If our C101 gets popped, it resummons itself and gains us life points. Opponent, what do you got? Shathana. A Nikura. Shuffling Suships into the deck to draw a card. Revealing, randomly on the top of the deck, a Shari and a Painful Decision. The Shari is going to get added to the hand. And this is going to let our opponent reveal. We know they have 2 Suships in hand. That Shari in hand, going to let them special summon. Get the Uni, going to let him make the rank 5 Suship, and this Suship can attack directly, which means we are dead. Should have kept our interaction up. That's the lesson. Don't trust your opponent to not get lethal on you. They could always do sort of wacky shenanigans. All right, so Suship's got us, but you know what? Respect for Suships. Let's go on to the next game. Interesting hand here. We got the Cardohine. We got the Synchro Overtake, which is just gold. I love this card. I love this so much. I wish I knew, because this card was in Master Duel the whole time, and I learned about it a few weeks ago, and now it's in my Mermail deck, and I would never cut it. Let's add that Deep Sea Diva to hand. Deep Sea Diva gets summoning. Now we're playing Max C because of Crossout Designate. I don't like Max C, but running Crossout means we have to run Max C in the deck in order to negate Max C. So, gotta play Max C. What can I say? Let's make the Tatsunoko. We searched for a Poseidra, and a lot of people ask me, why is Poseidra in the deck? Prince can add Poseidra directly to hand. You don't have to send a Dragoons and search for a level 7. That means you can get the Mulan Glacia, get a Baron or a Cheying on the field, and you got exactly 5 waters in graveyard, so you get to summon Mulan Glacia. Just a little neat combo. Rewind and watch it again if you're confused, but pretty easy. Discard 2 cards from our opponent's hand. Hit the Call By and Monster Reborn. Not bad, not bad. Let's set this cross out. Pass the opponent. We could summon the Crystal Shark, but no need. No need to overextend. Opponent activating Cynet Codec. And they are playing Salamangrates. Hit him with a Max C. Means we'll be drawing a billion cards. We got a negate with Baron. We have a potential negate with Crossout Designate if they have any cards that our decks share. You never know. We're going to pop the Bale Links with the Baron de Fleur, stop him from getting the field spell, and stop him from having the Bale Links on field. Opponent has a Gazelle in hand. Gazelle going to get summoned, and opponent just going for the Max C challenge. Not caring that they're drawing us a billion cards. And as is tradition, you draw into the second Max C, which means if opponent survives, or, you know, that we're going to get a hit him with a Max C again. Drawn into Ash. Very nice. Thank you, Max C. Sunlight Wolf. Going to summon itself. They got some more Salamangrates in. I've never played this deck, so I don't actually know the combos. Transcode Talker usually means they're going to go into Access Code, but they can't do that because Access code is light, I think, or dark. It's not legal in this event. Opponent's Signet Codex activated to search. We're just going to negate, get negating with the Ash Blossom. Opponent summoning the Sunlight Wolf back to the field and making Decklist Tucker Heat Soul. Is opponent going to get through our board is the real question though. Searching for a Salamangreat Mirror is going to mean they can special summon. Just giving us so many cards here though. Like, this is why Maxi is so toxic. 2800 attack means they're going to crash into Moon Glacia to make us skip our battle phase. So we can't kill them this turn, but we are going to be able to set up a board. Now, the big problem with this hand is we got a lot going on. We have a lot going on. Cardohine we can activate to get an additional normal summon. This we can summon, but got to keep in mind it locks us into Xyz if we activate the Crystal Shark. Now, Synchro Overtake we can only activate if we plan on only summoning Synchro monsters this turn, which means if we activate this, the Crystal Shark Abyss Shark's offline. Awkwardly, we didn't draw a Diva, which is a bit annoying. And we can't attack, so we got to be a little bit careful with how we set up our board. And I'm going to make a mistake, so keep in mind, right here, this is a mistake, and I'm going to show you why. We're just going to pop. We're going to summon the Prince. Send a Dragoons to the graveyard, add a Heavy to hand. Dragoon's going to activate. Search for the Yamato Orochi, and our plan here is to get Yamato on the field with the Heavy Infantry to make another Synchro 10. Alright, that's the plan. Now, what did I do wrong? Well, I'm going to activate Cardohine. So I'm thinking, okay, get an additional normal summon. I'm going to normal summon the Heavy Infantry. Heavy Infantry gives you an additional normal summon of a Sea Serpent. Then I can summon the Yamato Orochi. That's the plan. So we summon the Heavy, and we can't do it. We can't summon the Yamato Orochi. Why not? Well, I think it has something to do with the fact that these cards both say you can only gain this effect once per turn. Even though they're different cards, I thought that they wouldn't consider each other, but both of them say you can only gain this additional normal summon once per turn, so you can only use one of these. So maybe Cardohine gonna get cut since it's conflicting with the Heavy Infantry. Let me know what you think. Should I still play Cardohine with this limitation, this conflict with the Heavy Infantry? Now, there's a way to get around this. You know, I could have played better if I knew that was how that worked, but we're just gonna make the best of what we got. Go into Abyssalacia. Activate our Bismegalo. And the secret here, what we should have done is summon Bismegalo, tribute the Prince. We get 2 attacks, but our battle phase is skipped. Resummon the Heavy from the graveyard, and then just normal summon the Yamato Orochi, and never activate the Cardohine. That was what we should have done. We're going to set Synchro Overtake so we don't have to discard any cards. And opponent, you get another chance. You get another chance to murder us. You are going to be under Max C, though. The very fair Max C. Salamangreats, let's see what you can do. Foul added to hand. Opponent is playing like an anime level deck. They seems like they have every different named Salamangreat. Falco on the field, drawn into the Deep Sea Diva finally. Mirror. Foul. Falco. Maybe opponent's plan is to deck us out because we activated Max C twice. We're actually down to 12 cards. If opponent can summon 12 times, we will lose on our standby phase. So maybe taking the Max C challenge a second time against a very spammy deck was not a great idea. We don't have any real interaction here because we can't activate Abyssalacia. Abyssalacia to discard. You could discard a Heavy, pop a card on the field, but you have to have a Mermail in the deck to search for. Otherwise you can't activate. And we drew into our Bismegalo, which means we have no targets in the deck. So we cannot activate the Abyssalacia, which means we have 0 interaction. Other than this crossout, Bronze Negate's been used. Opponent is free to wombo combo. Can they get us all the way down to 0 cards? Splash Mage activating. Well, we can sort of negate Splash Mage with Call by the Grave. Opponent, can he do 9 more summons? Banish the target. Coyote. Opponent is summoning an Exploder from hand. That's not a special summon though. Getting the update Jammer. Get jamming. Summon a Transcode Talker. We're low on cards here. 7 cards left. Transcode gonna special summon a monster from the graveyard. Getting that Decode Talker Heat Soul. Are we gonna get Max Seed? 6 cards left. Opponent activating Decode to draw a card. We're just gonna Ash Blossom. We gotta stop him. Any point we can. Deco negated. And opponent going to battle. Looks like we fizzled them. They're going to pop our Megalo. They're going to pop our Bishlacia. Bishlacia going to trigger. Send a monster from the deck to the graveyard to special summon. And we got to hope opponent can't jank us out. Main phase 2 starts summoning again. So we're down to 5 cards now. They get a second attack with that Transcode Talker, and they are ending the turn. Alright, well, 5 cards left in the deck. Opponent drawing a card with Deco Talker. Let's see if we can get lethal. Summon the Megalo back from the graveyard with Bronze effect. Let's summon the Heavy Infantry. Additionally, normal summon the Yamato Rochi. Go into the Cheying, as we should have done last time. Let's special summon Megalo. Discarding 2 cards. Heavy is going to pop the field spell. Prince is going to summon an Atlantean from the graveyard. We could have summoned Poseidra, but we're going to summon Heavy to get an additional pop. Heavy on field. Banish a card from field and graveyard with the Cheying. Because we banished something. Oh, or maybe our opponent triggered it. Yeah, they triggered Cheying by protecting the Salamangreat Sanctuary, so we get to banish from field and graveyard. Now we get to pop with the Heavy, and we got lethal damage with double attack and the Supreme Sovereign, and there you go. I swear Max C didn't carry in that game at all. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, we got another Max C. We got Prince, but we're going second. See if Max C can help us. Opponent went so fast we didn't even see. True King's Return set on the field, summoning an Ignis Heat True Draco budget deck. Love to see it. Pod Duality, gonna let him look at the top 3 cards. Add 1 to hand. Looks like they're getting that Dynamite Knight. Set in a single back row. Maxi completely useless in this matchup. They rarely special summon. If we draw into the Lapis Dragon, hilarious. If it's drawn in your normal draw, you get to special summon it. How do you deal with this in paper? I have no idea. This seems like a nightmare. Yeah, opponent, yeah, I drew this. I drew this turn, you know? I drew it, I swear, I drew it as my draw, so it summons itself for free. No, you can't check. There's no way to check. So we get Lapis Dragon on field for free. Let's normal summon Prince and opponent. Hitting us with a Solemn Judgment. No response there. And without Prince, we have no more plays, so we just gotta hope Lapis Dragon can defend us for a turn. Opponent. You get 2 set, and they're doing it again. Set in the True King's Return, summon the Dynamite, and when True King is sent to the graveyard, they can target a monster we control and destroy it. So they're popping our Lapis Dragon, which means we are shields down. Draco Heritage on the field. Going to let them draw a singular card. They're going to hit us for a lot of damage. Down to 3,100. Alright, we gotta believe. Believe in the heart of the cards. Thank you, Konami, giving me another Prince. Let's try again. Prince, activate. Now this is going to let our opponent's little Dynamites activate. Dynamite Knight can activate, and they can, I believe, set a, or activate a True Draco spell or trap from hand. So they're activating this Draco Apocalypse, which actually is quite frightening. They can target another True King, destroy it, and then reduce the attack of our monsters. They get halved. And then during our main phase, they can tribute summon a True Draco. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, they can target a monster on the field, destroy it. So if they have a True Draco in hand, they can tribute this on our main phase, pop our monster. That's some pretty frightening interaction for cards that are really low rarity. So this is a pretty interesting deck if you want to play it yourself. I've never built this deck, but it does seem quite strong. Ignis Heat, going to activate. Going to add a True Draco to hand. So they're adding that Disciples. Maybe if they've added a monster, they could have done the normal summon during our turn. Let me know if I'm missing how these cards work, but that seems like what they could do. These are each effect once per turn, so they can do both. We're going to add Megalo to hand. Discard 2. Summon the Megalo. Discarding Dragoon's going to let us search. Discarding the Heavy going to let us pop. Now, we don't want to pop this, so we're going to pop the Dynamite Knight. Opponent responding by destroying their True King to have our attack points. Alright. Permanently halved. Dragoon's going to search for the Mulan Glacia. We're going to summon that for free, make our opponent discard 2. Okay, keep an eye on the water count in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta keep an eye. Making our opponent discard 2. They discarded the Majesty Maiden, True Draco Slayer, and the Disciple. So they got 1 mystery card in hand. We're going to tribute our Prince. That's going to let us summon the Heavy from Graveyard. And then we can normal summon the Yamato Orochi with our additional normal summon. But opponent not even going to wait to see it. They're giving up. Wow. The grind value is not enough. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, we will do one final game before I show off the deck list. We got a great hand here. Love to see Crossout Designate. Protect us from the Ash Blossoms. Protect us from the Max Seas. Deep Sea Diva, let's go. Diva Summon Prince. Prince activate. We already have Poseidra in hand, so we're going to add a Dragoons. Dragoons. Going to search for the Minstrel. And you got to have an eye, keep an eye on what you can do if you have some extra pieces that you would search for. The fact that we have Poseidra in hand means we can make a level 10 Synchro without searching for Poseidra, so we can do the Minstrel play. Get a peek at our opponent's hand before we make him discard. So let's take a peek. Opponent has Call by Reasoning, Infernoid, Archnal, Setmus, and Shet. I don't know how to say any of these names, and I've never played against Infernoids, but I know that they have effects that activate in the graveyard. Opponent has the Reasoning. We'd like to make him discard that. Call by the Grave can hit our Max C, but it can't hit the Crossout Designate, so we're not really worried about the Call by. And these Infernoids, I think their effects can activate in hand and graveyard too. Must be special summoned by banishing 2 Infernoids from your hand or graveyard. Yeah, so it doesn't really... I guess they do summon from hand. You know what? We're going to take this Call by. I don't know how these cards work. We're going to make them discard them if they can. Try and hit the Reasoning. And hope for the best. Dragoon's going to search for the Moulin Glacia. We're going to summon that Tatsunoko, get 5 waters in graveyard. Moulin Glacia, make him discard 2. Let's see what we hit. The Infernoid Atenel and the Jet. Alright. So let's take a look at these. Make our Baron in defense, or not, Supreme Sovereign in defense mode. And take a look here. This one, I think, says once per turn tribute a card. Nope. This one says... Okay, so none of these have graveyard effects, but they can use them to summon their Infernoids from hand. Now we have Crossout Designate, which banishes a card. That is going to trigger Supreme Sovereign, but they have to have a card on field for that to work, so I think this board's fine. We're going to set the Crossout, we're going to pass. Opponent. What are you going to do here? They are just going to go for the Reasoning. Makes sense. Let's hit him with the Maxi. We have Crossout to designate the Call by. Draw a billion cards. So let's designate Call by. And opponent's last draw. This turn was a second Call by. What are the odds? Maxi negated. Alright. Well, let's hold on to Supreme Sovereign's Banish, because opponent doesn't have any monsters on field to banish yet. Oh, wait a second. This Reasoning is going to summon something. We're going to name level 2 to stop a fusion monster, that guy that Cyberstein that summons a bunch of fusion monsters from the extra deck for life points. We don't want that to happen. Opponent milling a lot of cards, hitting an Infernoid Decatron. Now, this card sends an Infernoid to the graveyard and increases its level and gains its effects. So we are going to banish that with Supreme Sovereign, and we're going to take a look at their graveyard and banish a monster from their graveyard. And I believe, if we look carefully here, one of these monsters can summon itself from the graveyard. Which one? I think it's this one. No, is it this one? Alright, you know what? I'm pretty sure I read all these cards, so we'll see which one I banish, and then we'll read it. Banish. Banish. And let's take a quick look at that card. Atondel. I'm almost certain it has an effect. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how these work. They had so many words. Alright, I'm banishing that. Doesn't look like it does anything to the graveyard, but you know what? It's gone. Infernoid Debitry. Not doing anything either. Alright, opponent has no plays. Let's summon the Prince. And you know what? I don't have to read any more Infernoids. Let's get easy lethal damage. Prince gonna send Dragoons. Search for Lapis Dragon. Special summon the Lapis Dragon. Make the Penguin Brave. Summon a Penguin Boy, but we aren't gonna need that Penguin Boy. Penguin Boy in defense mode. Supreme Sovereign in attack mode. Let's get in for lethal damage. Using the power of Penguins. Love to see it. Alright, let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here you go. If you want to play Mermails in this event, this is the best way to do it. We got triple Prince. We got 2 Yamato Orochis. We got Penguin Soldier, triple Deep Sea Diva, triple Maxi, triple heavy infantry, 2 Cardohines. This does let you summon additionally a Diva or a Prince in your hand, so I think it's worth playing, although you didn't see me really use it that much in the gameplay. So Cardohine substitution could be possible. Let me know what you think. Triple Ash to stop Max C, 1 Deep Sea Minstrel, 1 Gernards, another target for Deep Sea Diva. Lets you go into level 7 or 8 plays. We don't have any 7 plays, but we do have White Aura Whale and the Dragite potential options. Triple Dragoons, 1 Lapis Dragon, 2 Abyss Shark, 2 Crystal Shark. These are extenders. I was playing a level 8 extender before, Gizmek card. That the level 8 Dark Gizmek, it just summons itself for free. Level 8 is really great because Deep Sea Diva lets you make a 10. But Abyss Shark, good alternative. And you could play this list straight up in the Master Duel ladder, and I think it would do pretty good. It's got a lot of interaction. It's pretty powerful going first. Poseidra, our target for Prince. We got 2 Megalos, we got 1 Moon Glacier, we got triple Synchro Overtake, 2 Callbys, and the Crossout Designate in the extra. Tatsunoko. Deep Sea Repetiteur, you do need this for this card to work. Otherwise, you can't search Deep Sea Diva. So you have to play this at 1, even though you're probably never going to summon it. Penguin Brave. White Aura Whale. I rarely summon this, but when I do, it's amazing. Dragite. To negate spells. Croco Dragon. If you get weird numbers on field, you can make a Croco Dragon draw a card. Baron. Supreme Sovereign. Cat Shark. Little XZ. You can make with Atlantean Heavy Infantry. And usually you could use this to make Zeus, but even without Zeus, discarding a heavy to pop a card on the field, because detaching a material from an XZ counts as sending to the graveyard, it triggers the heavy infantry. So you can do that, do quick effect pop. Silent Honor Arc, good option to have to go into with your XZ4s, but the real reason we have it is for Nash Knight. You send or you attach the Silent Honor Arc from your extra deck to activate it. We have C101 to rank up and the CXZ Nash Knight to rank up as well, and the Abyssalacia. So that's our extra deck package. Is this a great extra deck package? I think after playing this, you could probably cut this and play the Stealth Kraken, because Stealth Kraken is really good. You can make it with the Abyss Shark because it's a number monster, so you can use this as a level 4. And Kraken, it's just so good. The once per turn popping, the damage that it deals when it dies, it resummons a Kraken spawn. Honestly, I think that's my advice if you're going to play this. Cut this, play the Kraken spawn. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you want to see next. And have a good night. I'll see you next time.